the track and field fans are very demanding. If you now win, them quickly drop you.
At this rate, Briana will be an average athlete.
Welcome, Sports Nation, to Sports DTM, the sports channel where we call sports down the middle. You can expect the latest in sports news, views, and reviews from our resident analysts. No sports topic is too controversial, and no team or player is above criticism. So just smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on our balanced offering of riveting sports content. And don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Welcome to Sports DTM.
Greetings, Sports DTM fans, and welcome to another episode of Sports Down the Middle, a channel of undiluted sports content. The DTM team is here to talk about the rising star, sprint sensation, Briana Williams. Having finished 4th at the national trials and failed to make the team as an individual runner over 100 meters, we're looking at her progression. Personal best, mind you, in the final, 10.94, and we saw her celebrating, running her personal best. But is that what she aimed to achieve, having been the 4th fastest Jamaican over 100 meters? Well, she was 4th in line to run in the 100 meters, and having run on the Olympic 4x100 meter team and got a gold medal, everybody expected Briana to be the 4th runner, considering that Jamaica has an extra participant over 100 meters because Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, the defending champion, had a automatic entry. But after trials, Briana never met the team, and she celebrated her personal best. But was that the aim for her season? Adrian, 10.94. I mean, I suppose everybody would prefer to make the team and run at a world championship in an individual race than to get a personal best.
Yeah, well, the truth is, Kurt, it's a little bit bitter sweet for Briana. Here she's celebrating her first world championships. She's also celebrating the fact that she hit a new personal best, 10.94 seconds. Yet still, the fans are very demanding. Pretty much last year she was a darling, the young darling coming up. This year, apparently they look like they're dropping her like hot bread. The fact is that Briana, it's called expectation. People had very high expectations from her from back in 2018. World Under-20 champion, national junior record holder. And she was running some blistering times. She was ahead of even some of the athletes who would have beat her at the trial. She was ahead of Kemba Nelson in 2019, winning at the Carifta gold medal, Kemba coming in 3rd. And this year, when they say, yeah, this is supposed to be Briana's breakout year, she has hit a PB of 10.94, but it seems like her PBs and her times have been very, very slow to come. It seems like the 200 meters she had pretty much stalled, and people are now out and saying, hey, what's up here? She was on a particular trajectory. She was 4th in line, but now she got bumped to 5th in line. And then when you look who is ahead of her, she's in trouble. She can't catch them. When you're looking behind her and looking what's coming, there's a wave coming with the Clayton twins and the Liston. Kemba's already passed her. And so a blazing speed in front, a wave behind her coming, and she's been crunched in like this, and the fans are worried. They're wondering what is happening to their darling Briana Williams. And where's Atto Boldon?
Oh boy, Raymond, should we be worried? And if we look at Briana's trajectory over 100 meters, and I'll share a screen here, moving from 13.25 in 2015 or 14 to now 10.94. She's 20 years old. Are we demanding too much or having too much of a high expectations of her? Based on what Adrian just described, sound like somebody who should be running 9.6.
I think we are spoiled. We see somebody like the Clayton twins and the Briana Liston, and we just get spoiled. We used to seeing persons dipping below 10 and running some serious time, and so as
Sorry,
track fans,
dipping below 11. Kurt, you
right,
spoiled
right,
that.
right. But as track fans,
Huh?
no, as you know, it's because you, Kirk, has said this for you said the 9.96 is just it has ringing of head. But but the fact is, we get spoiled, and we see our, even though our progression could be way better, I don't think the jury is out on her yet, quite frankly. In fact, even that 10.97, I remember she actually could go faster. You understand me? I said, even at 10.94, being under the pressure that she was in, she was under. There's a possibility of she going even faster than 10.94. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised to know that she has at least a 10.92 or 91 under her belt, given the right circumstances. So I really don't think the jury is out on her. And we as track fans are you say we're demanding, but we're also spoiled. And so we're expecting certain things from them so fast and not knowing that is a progression, and she can only get better.
I mean, Ricky, I'm going to jump straight into Adrian and ask, where is our coach, right? And we have some information to share. Otto in 2021, during the Olympics, and this is a quote from the USA Today, he said that he was speaking about Briana, who was going to run the 4x1, as we mentioned earlier. He said he hasn't had substantial conversation with NBC about stepping out of the booth during her races, noting that she is not yet a featured player who would demand significant airtime. And we know every time, well, last year trials, he was broadcasting on NBC. This year, the same thing. So we wonder, is Briana really being coached by Otto, or she's her own coach? And to hear this, him saying that he hasn't talked to NBC about taking any time to deal with Briana, because she's not a big name. She not demand no crowd or no airtime. So I mean, why would you stick to a coach like that who clearly don't believe in your stocks?
Kurt, this is a statement from a coach who has no interest, absolutely no interest in the person he is coaching. This man said he's not ready. He hasn't thought about having conversations with NBC about taking up coaching full time because he doesn't see any future, obviously, in Briana. And what I think she should look into, if not these conversations, look into what is happening and step out, leave. I know he has been coaching her since high school or however long. But there are hundreds of clubs in Jamaica right now where she can get quality training from. I won't even say they have MVP or racers. She can go to the Calabar track club, right? I'm sure there's a track club at JC. She can go anywhere else and probably get better training, a better Reggie
but JC
than what
of them
she's
not
having.
good.
Than what she's getting now from a coach who isn't interested in her well-being or in her future. If you look at her progression, she's shaving 0.03 off her times over the last 2 years. And if she sticks with Atto, by the time she's 30, she will be running about 10.80 because she's just not progressing with this man.
Adrian, having heard your coach say this, I'm not going to ask for time off to come deal with you because you're not a feature athlete.
I think Atto may have either misspoke or somebody misquoted him, because somebody need to hide this far away from Briana, because nobody could have brought this to our attention. Pretty much what the coach is saying, look, you're not up to speed just yet. I can't risk my main job to come to you as a side job. Never mind that Briana would have been signed to a contract with Nike from a very tender age. You're talking about a world under 20 record holder at the time, and somebody who had an excellent trajectory to go really, really fast. So I just think she needs some attention to work out the kinks in her races. You can see she has a bullet start. You can see that she has good form going up, but ever so often she starts to tie up between 60 and 70 meters. It's either her endurance is off, her strength work is off, or that technique. And you need a coach to be able to point out these little things to tell you, look, just relax and let it flow right through. You're seeing where you're actually fading badly, tell you what to do through different drive phases, from start to finish. And I don't think, certainly from the outside, we don't think that she's getting the type of attention. Somebody might say, well, you don't know what is done behind the scenes, but the fact is that the proof is in the pudding. You're knocking off your times off your personal best. They're moving gradually, incrementally, and yes, different athletes develop differently, and bodies develop differently. They go through different phases, but it just seems to me that she's at a very slow pace and needs that jump and needs that attention. And we hope
She
she gets
needs a new coach. That's what she needs, a new coach.
And Raymond, as Adrian spoke about tying up, when we look back at the finals, for instance, she was out the blocks very fast. And then at 70 meters, you could see she gripping her teeth, she tying up, as he mentioned. I mean, she needed help to have gotten through this.
Yeah, so what I saw in that race was the fact that she was under pressure. And when you get under pressure like that with such a bullet start, you can do one or two things. You can either try to respond and relax, but because you don't have that level of strength work, you didn't do a lot of 200 and possibly even one or two 400 to get certain strength work in. You're not able to maintain the speed, and so what you find is that the serious pressure come on to Briana, and she kind of fades away. This time around, she has not done a lot of 200, and some persons understand that even for 100-meter runner, it's necessary for you to get a lot of strength work from the 200 and even the 400. I've never seen her do a 400 before, but there are needs to do some 200 rounds to get that strength work, that whenever the pressure comes on you, you're able to maintain the momentum and speed and hold the race together. So this was absent this time round. I don't know if it's probably late in, she did a lot of 60 meters, and so her start is way perfect. But that last part needed some strength work to actually maintain it. But as I said, the jury's not out on her yet. She's still young.
I mean, while she was running her personal best at the national trials, and her coach was somewhere else tweeting about what was happening at the US national trials, and some of his tweets spoke to Sydney McLaughlin breaking her own world record over 400-meter hurdles. There is a tweet about Sha'Carri Richardson not advancing from round one.
Oh, come on. This is around his NBC job. This is NBC job he's doing.
This man just want to see if him work.
Kurt, are you spreading fake news on Atto?
There is tweet about him and the Olympic champion over 800 meters, I think more. There is nothing about Briana running her personal best on Atto official Twitter page. So is it that he wasn't happy with Briana's performance, or is it that he never know that she run her personal best at the national trials? But I don't expect you to respond I'm just saying, fans out there, these are some of the evidence that we have. I mean, do you believe that Briana is best served continuing under her current coach, or does she need to find a new camp and try to improve on her personal best and her progression over 100 and 200 meters? There's no doubt that Briana is an excellent talent and one for the future at age 20, running 10.94. That was pretty close to Jamaica national record before Briana born, but she's running 10.94 now. Personal best this season. Fans out there, what you think? Should she get a new coach or stick to what she have now? Leave all those comments in the comment section below. And always remember to like, to share, and to subscribe. And to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell all of them friends to come and join the Sports DTM family. We will give you full coverage of World Championship in whatever form. The team signing out. Be blessed.